understand I'm talking to an audience from one extreme to the other, and I think I fit in the middle somewhere. But I still think it's important to control beetles. This year, I actually only have a couple of colonies that actually are showing signs of beetle infestation. That doesn't mean I don't see beetles every now and again in some of my colonies, but very little. In fact, that colony we looked at, they're only in the top super, maybe one or two in the super below that. I didn't see anything down in the brood nest area. So these beetles are being trapped, I think, in this propolis beetle trap that we saw, that the bees are making, and they're trapping them up in that top super. That's why I decided to put a beetle trap right there where the beetles are. I have a friend that's a specialist on small-head beetles at a university, and he told me that trick. He said, trapping beetles means you have to move the trap. Every time you open the hive up, wherever you see the most beetles, that's where your beetle trap needs to go to. That's where you need to move it. Don't leave it in one spot. I'll leave some links down below and some of the things I talked about, the affiliate links where you can purchase some of the items through Amazon, and that might help you. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is some people think that once we get into winter will kill off all the small-hive beetle in our hive. No, that's not true at all. Small-hive beetles actually stay with the cluster all winter long, and they're roaring to go when it warms up in the spring. And get this, small-hive beetles actually fly and travel with swarms. They're hard to get rid of. Some people have asked me about putting a lot of salt below their colony. Like they'll just put a lot of gravel, put a lot of salt under their colony. And their theory is that once the larvae jump out of the small-hive beetle larvae jump out of the hive to pupate in the soil, they'll hit the salt and they'll be killed. That does work. But let me tell you, if your infestation level is so bad that you have eggs and larvae in your colony so bad that they're actually jumping out to pupate in the soil, you're way behind the 8 ball. You might as well do it, sure, to kill the larvae that are jumping out, but keep in mind it's better to control the mama beetle from laying the eggs to begin with. And that's why I think beetle traps are good. As soon as beetles fly into your hive, walk around, get up there, and want to lay some eggs, the bees will chase them into these traps between the frames. Also keep in mind that when you're trying to invent and discover ways to keep beetles from getting into your hive and walking up there, remember beetles fly. They have wings. They can actually land on your bottom board and fly up onto the comb. So they're not just walking around in there, they're actually able to fly around too. I've seen some things where we're hoping that beetles can't maybe cross a real sharp corner, but then beetles will just pick up and fly around the corner inside the hive. So keep all that in mind if you're trying to come up with something. They can actually be in a hive that's 12 miles away and be attracted to your hive and fly over to your colony. Thanks guys for watching the video today. I hope it's been helpful. Beetles are really bad this time of the year, late summer into autumn. Before we have a hard freeze and all, warm temperatures are still letting beetles multiply and be a problem. So maybe this video has helped you, I hope so. Those of you that are really experiencing some really severe beetle infestation, you might have to bring out the big guns. There's Guard Star for the ground. Again, that's a dangerous chemical, but it does kill the beetles that are pupating in the soil. Be very careful and apply that according to the label. And you might have to do some, bring in some bigger guns inside the colony as well, but it can be a problem. I hope you've appreciated me asking you what kind of videos you want. That does give me an idea about what your needs are and what kind of knowledge base you have or don't have to make videos that really help you. So thanks for responding when I put those polls out. I really do appreciate that. As always, check out our website at honeybeesonline.com, and we appreciate you dropping by